My name is Noor, and I was the eldest daughter in a traditional Egyptian family. My dreams and aspirations were forsaken by the very people I loved the most. But let me start at the beginning. Growing up, I excelled academically and dreamed of pursuing higher education. However, my parents had different plans. As the eldest daughter, they expected me to make sacrifices for my younger brother, Hassan. One evening, my parents called me into the living room for a serious discussion. My mother's eyes were filled with sadness as she began. Noor, Habibti, we know how much you want to continue your education, but we need you to understand our situation. A knot formed in my stomach as I sensed the bad news. My father added, your brother has been offered a chance to study abroad, and we believe it's an opportunity we cannot pass up. But it's expensive, and we need your help to support him. What about my dreams? I asked, tears welling in my eyes. My mother reached out, holding my hand gently. We're so proud of you, Noor, but sometimes sacrifices are necessary for the family. I wiped my tears and took a deep breath. If this is what you need me to do, I'll do it. I'll work and help support Hassan's education. As if that weren't enough, my father decided to postpone my marriage. He believed finding a suitable husband could wait while I worked to support Hassan. I felt trapped, like my entire future had been taken away from me. With a heavy heart, I embraced my new role and took a job at a local shop. Each day, I worked with a smile, determined to give my brother the best future possible. At the shop, I met a kind woman named Fatima, who soon became a confidant and friend. Noor, you're such a hard worker. Your family must be so proud of you, she said one day during a break. I smiled, though it didn't quite reach my eyes. Thank you, Fatima. I just want my brother to have the best education possible. And what about you, Noor? She asked gently. What do you want for yourself? Her question caught me off guard. I wanted to study to build a better future for myself, but now I've had to put my dreams on hold. Fatima's expression softened, and she squeezed my hand. Inshallah, one day you'll find a way to pursue your dreams again, Noor. Her words were kind, but deep down, I wondered if my dreams were truly lost forever. Years passed, and Hassan finally graduated as a doctor. I was filled with pride and joy, knowing my sacrifices had helped him reach this milestone. I thought that he would now be my support in life, and that our bond as siblings would only grow stronger. However, life had other plans. Just a few months after Hassan's graduation, my father passed away. It was a devastating blow for our family, and the grief weighed heavily on my heart. But amidst the sorrow, another shock awaited me. As we gathered to discuss my father's will, I learned that he had bequeathed the family home solely to Hassan. I couldn't believe my ears. I had given up so much for Hassan's education, and now I was being denied my inheritance. The sense of betrayal was overwhelming. Desperate for an explanation, I confronted Hassan. How could you accept this? I sacrificed my dreams for you, and now you take the only thing our father left for us? His eyes were cold, devoid of the warmth I once knew. Noor, our father made his decision, and I intend to honor it. Besides, I am the man of the family now, and I need the house for my future wife. Tears streamed down my face as the harsh reality of his words sank in. You're throwing me out of our home, Hassan, after everything I've done for you. He hesitated for a moment, but his voice remained firm. I'm sorry, Noor, but this is the way it has to be. With nowhere else to go, I turned to Fatima for help. She opened her home to me without hesitation, offering a place to stay and a shoulder to cry on. Noor, you deserve so much better than this, Fatima said, her voice full of empathy. I sobbed into her arms, feeling abandoned and betrayed by my own brother. I gave up everything for him, Fatima, and this is how he repays me. As the days turned into weeks, my pain slowly gave way to determination. I refused to let Hassan's betrayal define my life. I would rise above it and forge my own path. With Fatima's support, I began to rebuild my life. Taking a risk, I started a small business selling handmade jewelry and accessories. I poured my heart and soul into the venture, determined to make it a success. Your work is exquisite, Noor, Fatima said, examining my creations. I know you'll make a name for yourself. Encouraged by her faith in me, I worked tirelessly to grow my business. Slowly but surely, my reputation spread, and I became a renowned entrepreneur in our community. My creations were in high demand, and I was finally able to stand on my own, independent and proud. During this time, I met a kind man named Yusuf. He admired my strength and resilience, and we fell deeply in love. We married, and I found the happiness and companionship I had longed for. Together, we started a family of our own. Meanwhile, Hassan's life took a dark turn. His illegal medical practices were exposed, and he faced the consequences of his actions. He lost his medical license, and his reputation was in shambles. As his world crumbled around him, I couldn't help but feel a sense of poetic justice. One day, as Yusuf and I sat in our cozy living room, he looked at me with love and admiration. "You've come so far, Noor. I am so proud of the life you've built for yourself." I smiled, my heart swelling with gratitude. "Thank you, Yusuf. I couldn't have done it without your love and support." As we embraced, I knew I had found the happiness I had always sought. The betrayal and pain I had experienced at my brother's hands had only made me stronger, and I was determined to keep moving forward, no matter what life threw my way. One day, as I was working in my shop, a disheveled and desperate figure entered. To my shock, it was my brother, Hassan. His eyes were hollow, and he looked like a shadow of the man he once was. "Noor," he said, his voice cracking with emotion, "I need your help." I stared at him, my heart torn between my desire for revenge and my innate sense of compassion. "What do you want, Hassan?" I asked cautiously. Tears filled his eyes as he recounted his tale of woe. "My wife has taken everything from me, Noor. She took my money, evicted me from our home, and took custody of our children. She's even married her lover. I have nothing left." As I listened to his story, I couldn't help but feel a pang of sympathy. After all, he was still my brother, despite the pain he had caused me. "Please, Noor," he begged, "I know I don't deserve your help." "But I have nowhere else to turn," he pleaded, his voice thick with desperation. "Can you find it in your heart to forgive me and help me get back on my feet?" I took a deep breath, struggling to reconcile my conflicting emotions. Finally, I spoke, my voice firm but compassionate. "Hassan, I will help you, but not out of forgiveness. I will help you as a human being in need. You must face the consequences of your actions and learn from your mistakes." After much thought, I decided to offer Hassan a small temporary financial aid, enough to last him a month or two. I wanted him to understand that my help was an act of charity, not an absolution of his past actions. "Hassan," I said, handing him the money, "this is all I can offer you. It's not much, but it should help you survive for a little while. However, you must understand that I cannot give you more than this. You have to face the consequences of your actions and rebuild your life on your own." His eyes filled with tears as he nodded in understanding. "Thank you, Noor. I know I don't deserve your kindness, but I will always be grateful." As he prepared to leave, I looked him in the eye and made my final request. "Hassan, I ask you not to return. Our paths have diverged, and it's best that we remain separate. I wish you well, but I cannot be a part of your life any longer." With a heavy heart, he agreed and left my shop, disappearing into the busy streets. I watched him go, knowing that I had made the right decision. I had given him a taste of his own medicine, a small measure of the pain he had inflicted upon me. But I had also shown him compassion. In the end, I emerged victorious. I had found peace, happiness, and success despite the hardships and betrayals I had faced. Hassan, on the other hand, was left to suffer the consequences of his own actions. As I returned to my work, I felt a sense of closure. I knew I could move forward, unburdened by the past, and focus on the bright future ahead. With the love and support of my husband, Yusuf, and our children, I was ready to face whatever challenges life had in store, knowing that I could overcome anything.